Going on, everybody, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm so glad to be back in the front seat doing this kind of video one more time. Let's see if we can get another one, right? So today I have a little subject of, should you buy an F8X in 2025? It's 2025. These cars were introduced in 2014, so they've been out quite a while, and I do have to say so myself. This was my dream car. Like, this car was, you know, just the looks of it drew me in, and I just knew that this is the car that I wanted, and that I was going to make it happen. This car is a 2017 F80 M3. It's a non-comp, and you know, I've got it pretty much exactly how I would ever want one. It's tuned up, full stage 2. I haven't died on it yet, so I don't actually know what the horsepower is, but it freaking moves. This car moves really good. I mean, come on, dude. So anyways, you're probably watching this video right now because you're wondering if you should step into this platform yourself. Let's talk about some things that are probably on your mind. Now, one, yes, this car is kind of old, so why would you not go ahead and get the G8X? And, you know, I can talk about that a little bit. The G8X cars are really freaking good, but they're a little bit different. You know, the more time passes, the more that BMW changes. And I feel like this car was kind of the last step before they went the direction that we all do not want them to go. The G80 M3, the G82 M4, and the G87 M2 are really, really good cars, but at the same time, they're less driver focused, more power, they're heavier. Just my opinion, I really like the way that this car looks. It still feels small enough. The G80 kind of feels like an M5, and if I wanted an M5, I would probably just buy an F90. But that's just me, you know, that's just my opinion. If you like the G80, I happen to like the G80 as well. But here we are, you know, that car is still anywhere from $70,000 to $100,000, depending on the spec, the year, the mileage. These cars are in a way more affordable price range now. Like, that's why you're probably watching this. You probably wanted this car too, and it's finally to a place where you can buy one. And let me tell you, this car is still just such a fun car to drive. I have recently just crossed over 100,000 miles in this car, and I haven't really had any serious issues. Little things here and there like you can expect from any BMW, much less an M car. So as far as paying money for this thing, guys, if you do your maintenance on this car, it's gonna do you a really good job. It's still gonna be very reliable. It's still gonna be very usable. And you know, I feel like a lot of people get caught up in the hype of new cars. Look, I'm 28, I still have an F80. You know, I have this car, I'm not gonna get rid of it. If I do get a newer car, it's probably not gonna be a BMW, and at the same time, I don't ever plan on selling this car, so whatever I get will have to go in the garage with this car. So, you know, if you're stepping into this platform, or if you're thinking about it, you know, you're watching all the YouTube videos, you know, sure, there's probably some kid in your local town whose parents bought him a G80, and it's going to make you feel like less of a man, you know, that some 18-year-old has a nicer, newer car than you. But, you know, we're self-made around here. We're doing this on our own, and trust me, there's nothing shameful at all about buying an older generation M car, because they all stand for something. I can tell you that. They all stand for something, and they're all just so good. So, no matter where you go, to any shows or to any functions that involve cars, you're not going to be disrespected for not having the newest car. And that's what I do love about you know, BMW and what it stands for, because I don't know, I feel like the internet has tried to turn it into like a money thing, and you might have seen me on the internet not being that nice to people, but usually I'm provoked and I can't help it. I just have to say something back to people, because there's so many people that are just like, it's all about money to them. I bought the newer car, right? It's not shameful to buy this generation of cars, especially if that's what you can afford, because trust me, there are people out there who are doing a lot worse. I can promise you that. So if you do get a car like this, I promise you it's going to be a blessing. I promise you that it's going to be fun. Advice about as far as like what you should buy whenever you're looking for one of these cars. The market is just still so weird. Like, you see some M4s that are higher mileage going for like 25 to 30, you know, $35,000 on the cheaper end, and that's usually for a really high mileage, not so great spec. So you can find F8X cars for like anywhere from $25,000 to $60,000, and even some $70,000 cars whenever you're looking at your CS and GTS models. So it's a weird market, and you know, if I'm guessing right, you're probably watching this and you're thinking you want to be somewhere in the middle of there. You still want a nice car, but you don't want to pay the most, and you don't want like a clapped out cheap version that's going to give you problems. So I totally get it. You know, if you've got, just say, baseline $45,000 to spend, you can buy some really cool cars for that amount of money. That amount of money will take you a long way in the F8X platform, because you can find, you know, some really cool colors. You can find cars with 50, 60,000 miles on them. That's still so much life left. Like I said, I'm at 100,000 miles in this car, and I'm still in love with it. You know, I've just driven the heck out of this car, and the reason why is just because it's so addicting to drive. Like, that part of it right there just never gets old. Just, you know, dropping this thing into second gear and it just takes off. Hearing the tires squeal, feeling the ass end of the car just kind of move out, and you know, it kicks out, and it's still so easy to control. It's a great car. I think this car has gotten a bad rap in like the last 3 years, because it's like become the it car for younger people on like TikTok and Instagram, and it wasn't like that whenever I bought my car. Unfortunately, whenever I bought my car, you know, not the greatest specs and not the greatest examples of F80s or F82s were even cheap at that time. So I didn't get out like how you could get out in 2025. You could really find a good deal for one of these cars. I mean, it really blows my mind, some of the ones that I see. And if you're one of those people that's kind of in between an F80 and a G80, like money is out of the question, you're just looking for a really good M3 or M4, I'll just explain the differences kind of. And I'm gonna stop so I can do this. Years ago, whenever the F80 came out, and the E90, E92 guys, they didn't like it because it just had too much going on as far as steering and handling, and the size got a little bit bigger. Obviously, the engine moved to an inline 6 with twin turbos from a naturally aspirated V8. You know, just little things like hydraulic steering to electronic steering, which they say this car feels so much more numb than the E9X, and I do believe it. But the G80 is just another step further than that. So very similar engine platform. Obviously, it's a little bit faster. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a lot faster. But the thing about it is that it has so much tech. It is so much bigger and heavier. And it just feels like less of a driver's car than this does. So pretty much each year, whenever it comes to the standards of what cars are expected to be created as, they just get bigger and heavier and more technology and more driving assistance. So if that's not your thing, if you care about that, I would say that this platform is probably a better pick for you. Now, you know, like I said, if you're into the newer car, Maybe you like the way it looks better. I don't. Maybe you want to go faster. Maybe the G80 is for you. The direction that we're seeing BMW go, we're seeing these new leaks of a hybrid M3. We've already seen the hybrid M5, which I think people are starting to come around on. But me, I don't think that I would ever want that. That's just me. Like, I don't like the way that those cars look. Really, that's the biggest thing for me, is I don't like the way that they look. Like, why do these cars just all of a sudden, they're introducing electric vehicles and they think that we have to make them look electric and hybrid? Why can't we make a car that looks like this that's a hybrid? What's so hard about that, BMW? If you're watching this, please answer below. Also, everybody, I apologize for the way that this video kind of is at this point, because late 2024, my area got hit by Hurricane Helene, one of the worst areas that got it. So all of my favorite driving roads that I used to make all these great videos on are now totaled. So they're cooked completely. And that means that I don't get to have as much fun as I used to. And my videos, I feel like they used to stand out a whole lot because of these roads and these places that I had to drive. But now I don't have that anymore. So it is what it is. It's really a big reason why I haven't been doing as many YouTube videos. Now, long story short, is this still a good car to own in 2025? Is it a good car to look for in 2025? I'm just going to tell you, this car is still just such a great car. I don't care what anybody says, it's a great car. Maybe you watch these videos because, you know, you like to look at these cars, you just like to see them. And I can tell you right now, that is the best way that you can start. That is a great form of manifestation. That's exactly what I did. I used to watch all the videos about these cars and I used to just dream about it. So if you're one of those people and you're definitely going to buy one of these as soon as you get the chance, look, you're going to freaking love it. I can tell you that right now. You're going to freaking love it. There's no question about it. Such a fun car. And like, at the end of the day, like, more than just how fun the car is, the road presence is just absolutely insane. Like, you wouldn't believe the people that stop and take pictures of this car, the people that ask me questions about it everywhere I go. Like, it gets so much love everywhere that I go. And I love that. I mean, who doesn't love that? It's always fun whenever, something that you work so hard for and you appreciate, someone else appreciates it as well. Like, that's a good feeling as a human being. If you're not there yet, like if you're thinking about, how much you want one of these cars and you're just not there yet, just let me explain something to you. Do not ever think that you can't achieve buying your dream car or anything material, because you definitely can. Look, these ideas that get sent to your brain, they feel like they come from somewhere else, right? It's so weird how that works. Like, we don't have control of it. They feel like they come from somewhere else. So whenever these ideas are being put in your brain, you and your body, you're a vessel to put ideas into the world. That's what we're here for. So whenever you got that thing speaking to you, you got it. It feels like your second voice. When it's speaking to you about how you can achieve things, how you can make your life better, seriously, listen to it. Because I can tell you right now that everything that you ever wanted is right behind the door that you're scared to open. Everything that you want is right behind those ideas that maybe you're scared to try. I can promise you that. These things, they don't speak to your soul for no reason. You have to listen to them. And if you're in the position where you feel like that's you, just go out and do it. Just do it. Stop being scared. I was scared to start a YouTube channel for a while, but I always wanted to. Like, it seemed fun, but it also seems scary putting yourself out there, and you might be worried about what people are going to say in the comments. Guys, this is your life we're talking about. Just go do it. Stop being so scared of everything. It's really not that hard. None of this stuff is hard. Just be you and do whatever you got to do to get it done. And watch how your life gets blessed. I wouldn't lie to you about that, I promise. If I could go back, there's not a different car that I would have gotten in this price range. There's seriously not. So, take it from me, 3.5 years with this car, and I'm still, as I always say in all my videos, I'm still madly in love with this car. Alright guys, that's it for the video. If this helped you at all, please like and subscribe. You know, I'm not an advertiser for BMW. That's just how much I do love this car. And I feel like people who may want one probably need to hear that from someone who's owned it for quite a bit. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.